This is Kay Kritiques. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Kay Kritiques, where we discuss all things South African television. Now in today's video we are discussing Youngins season 1 episode 19-21. Buckle up because it's gonna be a rocky one, but let us get into the video. In episode 18 we left off after the big reveal where the principal exposed Amo's past and everybody is kind of angry at her. They nearly get expelled because of her. Her friend group is very angry. Buhle, she's the most angriest person because she's like, I shared my most deepest traumas with you and I literally stay with you. Me and you are roommates. We share the same room, we share the same bed practically, but you're hiding this from me. I thought we were friends. The friends ostracize her. They even leave the group chat. And let me tell you, Buhle's behavior is not even bordering on bullying. It is. She was being nasty to the extreme. And I'm like, yes, you're hurt, but stop being mean. Because at the end of it, you just found out that this person's father unalived their mother in front of her while she was watching. So I think you can have a little bit of sympathy for that. And it is understandable why Amo didn't tell anybody. I'm not saying that she should have lied. She should have just kept quiet and not said anything about her parents being perfect and all of that. But I understand why she didn't speak up, because this is a heavy topic and it's so traumatic and it just happened recently. It's an open wound. She's still trying to heal from it herself. But at the end of the day, I feel like Buhle was very, very unkind, very, very mean. She's literally turning everybody against Amo. She even made Khaya block her. And speaking of Khaya was actually feeling very guilty about essentially ruining Amo's life, and goes to the principal and is like, please principal, don't ruin Amo's life. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have said anything. And I'm like, yeah, you think? You shouldn't have said anything until we had concrete evidence, because everything that's happening right now is Khaya's fault and they're all ostracizing and being mad at the wrong person. They should all be mad at Khaya, not Amo. Amo was right about the principal. The principal is a pedophile. His hunting ground is his place of work. But anyway, the principal convinces him that, you know what, you did the right thing, and it's like, try and talk Amo into counseling. Maybe that would help. I'm like, that would help Amo to get over some things, but not for the reason that he's thinking. They're like, man, Amo accused the principal of being a pedophile because of what happened to her dad. Maybe she needs to speak to a therapist. No, the reason why she wanted to expose the principal is because of what happened with her parents. But she is right about the principal, Khaya. After being convinced by the principal to speak to Amo about counseling, he texts her and then Buhle finds out. He lies and says that Amo's the one who's initiating contact. And I'm like, I already don't like you right now, Khaya, and you're making things worse, because now why are you lying on Amo's name? Buhle's already being mean to her, and now you want to add the fact that she's allegedly texting Buhle's boyfriend behind her back. Why would you do this? Why would you do this? Like, Khaya would do anything to save his own ass. And I really do hope that these people realize it sooner rather than later, because he will throw you under the bus to save himself. Mahlatsi on this side, he's angry at the group for how they're all treating Amo, because he feels like, listen, you guys are causing a rift between me and Amo. Me and Amo are cool. I don't have a problem with her. Also because Mahlatsi already knew about Amo's parents, but also because he likes her and he still likes her. He hasn't even given up on her. Mahlatsi is a good guy and he has a good heart. I may have my qualms about him, but he is a good guy. He's a good boy. He is a good friend as well. We see that with Tumelo and Mahlatsi, right? They get detention as well because of her. And Miss Pearl is out here being cozy with the principal, and it's disgusting to me that she's proud of defending a pedophile. She didn't even believe when Amo came to her and said the principal is abusing girls. She didn't even try to investigate it. She just defended a pedophile. Just because you're sleeping with a pedophile doesn't mean they're not a pedophile. Like a teacher who doesn't even believe when a schoolgirl comes and says, the principal is violating school kids, a woman. That is disgusting to me, and that is disturbing to me. And then she comes back and she's like, oh, I'm here for you and I'll always be here for you, Amo. I'm like, this woman has no shame, hey? So now they're in detention with Pearl. Pearl tries to rectify the situation, but now they're even more mad at because they're like, okay, now we got detention because of you for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, Amo, one thing about Amo, she's in deep kak. Now she no longer has any friends. She's been ostracized from the group and she doesn't really get along with anybody else other than Mahlatsi and Tumelo. She's lonely and she's dealing with a lot, man, and Buhle is not making anything better for her. But Amo's luck does turn around and she befriends Alex and Upalisa. Buhle is jealous of this. Buhle is jealous of the friendship that she sees blossoming between Amo and Upalisa and Alex, and she tries to ruin it. But Amo is ahead of her and she's like, you know what, last time I actually lied about my parents and it didn't get me anywhere, and now I no longer have any friends, so this time I'm actually gonna approach it and I'm gonna come clean because I've learned my lesson, and I'm just gonna be upfront and honest about it. And she actually tells them, and it was a bit cringe and uncomfortable in the beginning, but they accepted her and they're like, listen, we may not have a story as gruesome as yours, but we also have stories that are not good, and we are here and we accept you and we love you for it. We're not gonna disown you or treat you any differently because of what happened in your past. We all have a past, but we are accepting. We are a group of outcasts who nobody pays attention to. They disregard us, so you can join our group and we love you, girl. We're not gonna turn our backs on you. Buhle is just mad that why would these people be friends with Amo? And I'm asking myself, why do you even care? Because you said Amo is dead to you. You said that Amo doesn't exist in your world. You've been ignoring her every time she tries to be cordial with you. So why do you care so much who she's friends with? Why are you trying to ruin her friendships? Oh, Amo's trying to move on with her life. Why do you try and keep interfering and interjecting into her life? And she got the biggest shock of her life when Palisa told her, no, she told us the truth about her parents. She told us that her dad abused her mom and that her dad is in prison for unaliving her mom. Buhle gets even more angry at that. And I'm like, Buhle, why do you care, girl? Anyways, moving on from that, let's talk about Mkhweri's hot mess of a relationship. Mkhweri goes out to train to try and get Sefako's attention. He's trying to make fences about stealing the tests and almost getting Sefako into trouble. And Sefako's not having it, which is understandable. Like, he's in matric, he cannot afford to have anything blemish his record, and also he's undercover, so he doesn't want to be associated with Tumelo in any case, and he doesn't want to be complicit in his cheating scandal as the head boy. He actually suspects, of which I'm also joining in his suspicion. Sefako actually suspects that Tumelo is doing all of this intentionally to try and get Sefako to be outed. I partially believe this. He might not be doing it consciously, where he's like, yes, I'm doing this because I want Sefako to be outed, but he can be doing it subconsciously, where his subconscious is like, I want us to be out in the open, I want him to be proud of me, I want him out of the closet. And he does things subconsciously but consciously, unintentionally but intentionally, to try and get Sefako to out himself. And he's like, no, he's claiming that he actually respects Sefako's decision and is gonna wait for him. They get back together. I don't think Tumelo is gonna be happy with being his dirty little secret for any longer, because you can only handle being a dirty little secret for such a long time until you actually decide, you know what, this is not working out for me anymore. So now we get to Athletics Day. So we see Mahlatsi, he's still not over Amo, and at this point I find him annoying because it's like, Amo said she wants space, just give her some space. You are still friends with the people who are bullying her and ostracizing her, so pick a side. Amo doesn't want to associate herself with you because she doesn't want to get into trouble, so why do you keep trying to force yourself into her life? Like, just leave her alone. And he takes out his anger on Tumelo, and Tumelo actually tells him, listen, just because you like Amo and you're whipped doesn't mean that you have to take it out on us. Amo was wrong. What she did was wrong. She lied to us and she got us into trouble, and you have to accept that. It's not like I'm making this up. She did get us into trouble, of which at this point they don't know that Khaya is the one who did all of this. So yeah, I get where Tumelo's frustrations come from, but Mahlatsi has no right to blame anybody. Nobody said you get to stop being friends with Amo. You could have stood with Amo and left the group. So you can't have your bread buttered on both sides, Mahlatsi. Pick a side. And we see after the athletics, Khaya is flirting with Amo, telling her he likes her. And I knew this would happen. I've been predicting this since the first batch of episodes 1 to 3. I did say that Kai and Amo are gonna get together. Well, they didn't get together in this episode, but it is being foreshadowed that they are gonna get together. I don't know when they're gonna get together. I think it's gonna be the season finale. Amo is flustered, she doesn't know what to do, and Kaya's like, yeah. And Amo's like, don't you have a girlfriend? And he's like, nah, I can dump her anytime. I want you, I like you, I want us together, blah blah blah. And Amo can't resist. I'm like Kaya's trying to trap you and you're falling for it. Straight after doing that, Khaya actually goes to see Buhle for some sex. Like, this guy is actually very shameful here. And while he's doing that, Sefako actually calls Tumelo over. Amo blocks them and she's like, listen, I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stay here. Y'all can do whatever y'all do, but I ain't going nowhere. So Khaya leaves because obviously now they can't do the deed in front of her. And Sefako and Tumelo are busy in the room. Remember that Sefako and Khaya are roommates. Kaya's coming back, and as he enters, Tumelo has to hide under the bed. Khaya gets back there, and literally Tumelo has to sleep under the bed because there's no way that he can get out without Khaya seeing him. So I want to see how this is gonna play out. How is Tumelo gonna leave that room in the morning, and won't Khaya see him when the sun is out? And he's like, Aibo, Tumelo, what are you doing? So yeah, guys, that was Youngins season 1 episode 19 to 21. What are my predictions for the show? I feel like Amo should just thrive with Alex and Upalisa, and she's starting an honest and open relationship from the get-go with Upalisa and Alex. And so I feel like she should carry on that road. I think Amo and Kai will start dating, and now that Amo and Buhle are no longer friends, it's not going to be breaking girl code essentially, right? I wonder how that is going to play out, because we've already seen that Khaya will lie to save his own ass. He's already lied about texting Amo. He's like, yeah, she's texting me all the time and I just responded to be nice. So I want to see how that's going to play out. Sefako and Tumelo. Sefako is gonna get outed by Tumelo, and I can't wait to see that, because that is gonna be I don't even know. But yeah, guys, that was Youngins. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.